People don't understand
Stacking in my bag. Yeah, stacking in my bag. Got a crypto grind. Currencies flowing, every coins on my mind. From Coinbase to upper, watch the numbers climb. In this damn fine, feeling so prime. Hustle these protocols. Entering on my radar, I understand. Jumping on the wave, watch me move the plan. Holding diamond hands in this crypto land. Got my eyes on the prize, making moves like a king. Every transaction here, cash rates ring. Ride the blockchain, we won't never be slow. In the world of finance, that's the profit.
if you're holding real world assets, utility assets, you are a bank.
Yeah, of course, we go over the news and stuff, but we just do what feels natural when we be doing our thing.
We gotta get this money on. We gotta go mute. All right, bet. What's good, y'all? Sorry about that. We back. Hold on. Let me put D.
Okay. Nah, that's me.
Okay.
I just got to change my background.
There we go. All right, y'all. We back. What's good, everybody? What's good? We back with some updates. What's good? Give everybody a minute to get in here. We're gonna get started. Yes, we're gonna talk about Japan today. So Japan's big banks join forces on stablecoins to speed corporate payments. So here comes Japan. They don't have a choice. Ripple's $1 billion purchase creates RLUSD pathway into Fortune 500 treasuries. TRX staking now available on Ledger Live through Yield. Yes, TRX staking now available on Ledger Live through Yield.xyz. We have a Visa article. So can Visa's $670 billion bet on programmable money rewrite global credit? Let's talk about that's interesting. Coinbase Asset Management and iTrust Capital partner on Bitcoin yield strategy for IRAs. Everything's about earning yield now. We have not misled y'all one bit on this DeFi and this yield and all this shit. That is what all this shit is about. Then we have Ripple Labs leads $1 billion raise for new XRP treasury. We're gonna talk about that. Then we have BlackRock transforms money market fund to support stablecoin reserves. And fear returns to the crypto market. So $230 billion vanished overnight. So I was up. I saw it. I watched that thing dip at 3, 4, 5 this morning. I was even up at 2. And I said, God damn, I saw Kween at $70-something. I don't know why I didn't think to go check AVAX. I was buying other shit. And then we got, is commercial real estate at a breaking point in 2025? So it's not looking good for real estate. So yeah, we're going to talk about that. So yeah, y'all. So we'll get started. We're actually going to start off with talking about fear. So fear returns to the crypto market at $230 billion. So we're going to start off with that article. So yeah, let me just go ahead and pull the article up so y'all can see it. All right. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get started. Let me see if it came over here.
So we're not going to talk about the delisting of Metal DAO or Uphold. Oh, they delisted it.
That's interesting. That's interesting. We might we'll circle back to that. We'll talk to the AI about that since the AI knew so much about Metal and Marshall Hayner. We'll talk to shout out to DeFi King, the AI he introduced us to a couple days ago. Yeah, Sesame. So we'll just remind me because I get into it and I may forget. So DC Wayne, just remind me and we'll talk to the AI about it. So fear returns to the crypto market as $230 billion vanishes overnight. So here's what's going on. The crypto fear and greed index has dropped to levels not seen since April. In the current cycle is now in the current cycle is now in the fear zone. So itching toward extreme fear. So in one day, over $230 billion of market value in crypto was wiped out across the board. The decline wasn't limited to small coins. Even major ones fell hard. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, they all fell hard. The index is based on measures like volatility, market momentum, social media sentiment, and dominance. So when people get scared, buy less, sell more, the index drops. So why is this happening? So it's a sharp sell-off or consolidation. So big downward moves accelerate sentiment shifts when prices drop sharply. So that leads to panic or cut loss selling pressure, fear even higher. Broader macro and stock market stress. So the report ties the drop to weakness in U.S. stocks, concerns about banks, credit markets, and U.S. China trade jitters. When traditional markets wobble, crypto tends to feel the pain. That's why we're going to talk about that real estate article here in a second. And then outflows from ETFs and institutional exposure. So spot ETFs and institutional flows. So net outflows as investors pull money back. So that takes a chunk of big capital off the table. And then sentiment feedback loop. So fear begets fear. So as more traders get nervous, more sell, which leads to lower prices, which leads to more fear, and a self-reinforcing cycle. Now I wouldn't get too bearish, and the reason why I wouldn't get too bearish is this literally will go away if Trump gets on the news and say that him and China had a great meeting and they have made amends and they have figured this out. The market will turn very, very quickly. So I wouldn't be too bearish because one announcement will change, one positive announcement will change this whole motherfucking market. Next thing you know, you're reading articles saying $500 billion into the crypto market in 24 hours.
Or even him getting on Twitter or Truth Social or one of them shits. Him saying some shit on there might help the market out. But yeah, right now, shit's bleeding. Shit's
Yep.
bleeding. I mean, that's a lot of money to get wiped out overnight, though.
Overnight, no, for sure. So yeah, so we'll keep paying attention, but as of right now, red equals buy. So all the complaining and all this other stuff ain't no point of doing. Just stack your bags up because we know what goes up must come down and what goes down must go back up. So ain't no need to be sitting around here um being negative. Take advantage and just sit back. It ain't nothing you can do. Take advantage, sit back, and watch what the market do. But already have your bags packed up. So let's get right into real estate because commercial real estate is definitely at a breaking point. They've been saying it for a couple years. Commercial real estate really been on the clock for real. For real. I think everybody's been waiting for it to crumble. But yeah, let's see what they
Yeah,
talk.
specifically. So, commercial real estate, fam, is commercial real estate at a breaking point in 2025? And I wanted to talk about this. This article was from a couple weeks ago because this is something that a lot of people don't mention, that much. But that's why it makes sense to get into this tokenization shit. But basically, what's going on is think of commercial real estate like big buildings people use for work, business, office, apartments, warehouses, stores. In 2025, this market is under a lot of pressure because there's tons of loans that are coming due, like a bunch of report deadlines all at once, fam. More people aren't paying these loans on time, and lots of office buildings are empty because many people still work from home, right? And the biggest problem is a huge wave of debt is due soon. So we're talking about $957 billion in commercial real estate loans need to be paid back or refinanced in 2025. That's almost 3 times the normal amount, fam, right? So when the interest rates are high, refinancing is harder and more expensive, right? So more missed payments in certain loans. The CMBS loans, these are loans that are bundled and sold to investors, have a 7.29 delinquency rate. And that's very high versus the regular bank loans, which is 1.57. And then you got office buildings are half empty in many cities. The national office vacancy is about 19%. So almost 1 in 5 desks have no one sitting there, right? So some cities are worse. And you got Austin at 27%, San Francisco at 26% vacancy. So offices, they're struggling the most high. They got very high vacancies. Multifamily apartments, they're showing strength because people always need a place to live and people are downsizing. But industrial warehouses and retail stores is mixed, but more stable than the office, right? Industrial had about 18.8 billion in deals and retail about 17 billion. But the borrowing costs show where the lenders are worried. So the spread is the highest for office, man. Like, damn, this is crazy. And why the banks care is you got 102 banks have very high exposure to real estate. That's over 50% of their assets. And then 185 banks have paper losses on their investments bigger than their equity. And then in a scenario where the commercial real estate loses 8% in value, 278 banks look vulnerable. So if the banks take these losses, they may cut back lending, which could slow the economy and make it even harder for building owners to refinance. So it ain't looking good, fam. It ain't looking good. You're talking about almost $1 trillion in commercial real estate loans need to be paid back this year. The year's almost over.
And this is damn near $1 trillion with a T.
Almost $1 trillion, 957 billion. So almost $1 trillion. That's almost $1 trillion in CRE loans.
So ain't nobody paying their bills. So why the hell we paying bills? That's what that's telling me. Ain't nobody paying bills. So these people with commercial real estate, because these people got money. If they're not paying their bills, what the hell? Y'all see where I be going with shit?
Yeah. He was going off earlier too. He was going off on him.
I keep trying to tell y'all, bro, stop paying bills. Like, I want to stop paying my bills, but y'all won't stop paying y'all's. So it forces me to pay my bills because y'all won't. It don't click. It's like, god damn.
Somebody said, I can't wait for those offices to turn into condos. Shit, it's already taking place for real. A lot of these, especially some of these retail stores and malls and stuff like that, they turn into places to live.
Gang, this is crazy. Almost $1 trillion in unpaid. And how is this sustainable? It's no way that you can't tell me it hasn't. This is a crash. That's a crash. But it's a crash when they're saying it. They're just not saying it.
What's going to happen after commercial, non-commercial real estate, right?
What'd you say?
I said, what's going to happen after commercial real estate?
It trickles down to it trickles down to home mortgages and everybody else. It's a trickle down effect for sure. But they don't want to say, and that's crazy how this shit works. So we could be in a crash, but if they don't say it's a crash, then it's like it's on autopilot. It's just operating because they just won't say it's a crash. That's what they're doing. They won't tell y'all that we've been in a recession for a long time because they won't say it. So, and that's crazy. That's how humans operate because we have everything and all the numbers to prove we've been in a recession, but because they won't say it's a recession and because they changing definitions and shit, y'all see how everything is on autopilot. So if y'all just stop fueling the system, autopilot can't work without fuel. Y'all are fueling the fucking plane, which because y'all keep paying bills and y'all keep going to work, and the shit's on autopilot. Literally, no one is controlling this plane right now, but the people because we keep putting gas in the bitch.
Yep. Keep gassing it up.
It's a shame, and it's like how we're getting finessed, and then it's like it's gonna take for them to take them SNAP benefits away for y'all to snap. It's crazy how that word tracking ended up. But it's gonna take for them to take the SNAP benefits away, and it's gonna take for y'all to be hungry people for y'all to snap about it so that they can turn this shit because they can't turn this. They probably want to turn. That's probably why they may let this happen because they're like, well, we can't turn the autopilot off because they're not angry enough. They're still going to work. They're still paying the bills. Like they're still trying to make it work. You know what I'm saying? So they like, okay, well, we're gonna have to take the food from them. We have to fuck with their medical benefits to get these people aroused up. Because other than that, y'all just keep y'all just go back to what y'all know because y'all scary as fuck.
And look at the coming year. So you got 957 billion maturing this year. Another what is that? 539 billion in next year, and then 2027 550 billion. Damn, fam. So what's up with these banks? That's what I'm looking at next.
The banks about to be dried up of liquid. So yeah, it's coming. Whatever it was, like when we first got in crypto, even before we started doing content, and the people that we used to watch. So before it was cool people like us on the scene, It was them boring ass channels that none of y'all really watch, still to this day. But they was telling us how this was gonna play out, and it be them channels that none of y'all want to watch. But me and D, we was watching shit like that, and probably people that's been in the space since before us, since 2017. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Those same YouTubers was warning everybody, and y'all kept writing them off as conspiracy theories, but they was warning everybody how this was gonna go when they bring in this new system. And all of this stuff that's happening right now is literally them bringing in the new system. Because it's like they got to take away y'all medical benefits and put y'all, you know what I'm saying, in a bind with your medical benefits and take away your SNAP benefits to wake y'all the fuck up. Because other than that, y'all motherfuckers was just going to keep going on the, what's that thing the rats be running on?
The hamster wheel.
The hamster wheel. Y'all was just exhausted as fuck. On the hamster wheel. Y'all just weren't going to stop. And the shit is crazy. This shit crazy. It's crazy when you actually sit here and think about it. That they're trying to get y'all off the hamster wheel, not because they care about you and that you don't like your job. They just trying to get you off the hamster wheel so that they can bring in the new system. But they like, damn, we can't get them out of the old system because they just still want to run on the hamster wheel over here. So how we gonna get these people off of this hamster wheel? Oh, okay, all right, let's put them in a bind. Fuck up the medical benefits. Yeah, triple the premiums. Yeah, make sure they can't get their medications and stuff for a couple weeks. That'll wake them up. And take away the SNAP benefits. They can't eat and they're hungry. Okay, now they'll go outside. Now they'll start fucking shit up. Now we gotta enforce stuff. Now we gotta introduce them to new shit, and they'll take it because they're gonna be hungry and they won't have medical benefits.
And that's so crazy, man. And that's so crazy that people gotta get to that point for people to actually take action, and make some other type of moves, but. I mean, if that's what's gonna have to take place, that's just what's gonna have to take place, man. And it sucks. It sucks, but fam, that's why we talk about, man, stay ahead of this shit as much as you can, fam. Stay ahead of this shit. We've been telling you for years about all these digital assets, all those digital assets that she was naming earlier. We've been talking about those shits for years, right? Precious metals, talking about that shit for years. Hedge against this inflation. Hedge against this collapse as much as you can.
Like somebody just said in here, that's why they have the National Guard in these cities. I'm so glad. Shout out to Nate's Fit Evolution after 50. Shout out to him for pointing that out because y'all thought, oh, he's just trying to control everybody. He's just blah, blah, blah. No, they knew what they was getting ready to do. The National Guard's been in D.C. this whole time for how long? A couple months now. And they sent the National Guard to Chicago. They already know how y'all finna act. And that's why they're already there.
They just in D.C. and Chicago. They in any other cities?
I wouldn't be surprised if they secretly set up shop and they just haven't told us publicly yet. But I believe it's just DC and Chicago. Correct us if we're wrong, though. Please let me know in the chat if it's any other cities they sent the National Guard to. And if you've seen them, even if they haven't announced it, if y'all seen some weird shit and y'all seen niggas setting up shop, and y'all like, what the fuck going on? Like, when the fuck they start using this building? This building been dead for a minute. When the fuck we open these doors back up? They might be setting up shop in your city.
Memphis,
Portland,
LA.
Oh, they did go to LA. Yeah, y'all should have been out there. That shit's gonna be tragic.
Yeah. I forgot they was in LA. That's right. Oh yeah, Memphis. We did talk about Memphis.
The most dangerous cities. Memphis, the most dangerous city right now. They're in Memphis. Okay, Memphis and Portland. So Memphis, Portland, LA, Chicago, DC. Boston. See, the reason why they in DC, I actually understand why they in DC. Cause after living here, in DC, people are bold here. This is probably one of the boldest cities I've ever seen. This is one of the few cities you can come here, and I'm just gonna name a random job. You could come here and work at Target, and you could curse your manager out and still have a job the next day. Do that shit in North Carolina and see if you got a job. You can start on the spot. This is the only place you could come to, curse out your manager, curse out the area manager, and you still might have a job. If you do that shit, I've never seen. With me being from the South, I never seen no shit like that. Y'all gotta remember, I'm raised on Southern hospitality. Y'all, we hold the door for each other and shit. We're real big on respect down South. And this is the first place I came to when I was working, because one of the first jobs I had was at T-Mobile, and it was the craziest shit. And this was one of the few places where I was like, oh my God. So you cursed him out yesterday and you still got a job? Nigga, that shit don't happen like that in North Carolina, nigga. You'd have been fired. New York too. Yeah. New York too. So the reason they come, I said that to say is people in DC, even though it's gentrified, the people that is from DC and PG County here in Maryland are very bold individuals. They don't give a fuck. Same thing in New York. But I'm just saying, a lot of people in New York be thinking DC and Maryland the South. I don't consider it the South. With me being from the South, I say they're a good median. I think DC and Maryland up north, in my opinion, and they act like Northerners. They act like Jersey and New Yorkers. I swear to God. They are some bold individuals. That is why. So, because at first I'm like, wow, like the crime rate not bad here. It actually went down 30-something% because they gentrified it. Oh, the people here are bold. They got some balls here. I forgot. That's why they're here.
I would say VA is the beginning of the South. VA is the beginning of the South.
Yeah, VA. I would consider VA the South, and even Northern Virginia and up still. I would, you know what I'm saying. But after you pass Northern Virginia, I would. Yeah, that's the South. Richmond,
Alexandria is kind of like DC.
Yeah. If you once you get to Richmond and below, that's the South. Yeah. But I forgot the DMV. Shout out to the DMV. These some bold individuals. They have balls here. That's the difference. That is the difference. So that is why martial law said it. So they already know what's getting ready to transpire. That's why I don't know why people sitting up here just stating the obvious, but that's why the market is down. They already know what's going down. That's why martial law set up. I'm so glad. Thank you, Nate, for bringing up that point. Let me read the comments real quick. They are in DC because it is not a state and they can lock it down easier without hassle from representatives. That's definitely one of the reasons. And the other reason is because motherfuckers from DC don't play them type of games. They don't play them type of games, family. They don't give a fuck.
You could try that shit over there.
Yeah, try that shit. Anybody that's been in DC know I'm not on here capping. I am not capping, gang. Anybody from up here can vouch for it. Yeah, they in Memphis. Yeah. I know Memphis is a dangerous city right now. I would not fuck around in Memphis for real.
Damn, I ain't know it's getting down like that over there in Memphis.
Yeah, I think they got they the number one. They number one. I think they beating Chicago. I think they got the highest crime rate right now. I think Memphis is number one now. It's not Chicago.
What's good? 901. What's going on? What's going on?
Where you at?
No. I'm just saying. What's the 901 is?
Oh, I thought you were talking about crypto 901. I'm like, he is.
No, not crypto. No. Yeah, I'm saying, what's good with y'all over there, man?
Yeah.
Can we just get along?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, y'all. Yeah. So we'll continue. But I ain't mean to rouse everybody up like that. But
but shit. I mean, people need to know. People need to know so they can stay. Keep your head on the swivel. Make sure you're prepared as much as possible. This ain't to scare you. This is just to make sure you're well informed and you're not out here looking crazy.
And like somebody else said over here in the comments on YouTube, make sure y'all are getting extra canned goods. That stuff is cheap. For those that don't have it, and I'm not telling you to do anything, but I know some people, how do I say this without incriminating myself? I know some people that sometimes when I be in the store, they bring like big bags and stuff, and I see them throw the cans in their bags, like their purses and stuff, and they walk out. I'm not telling you to do that, but that's just what I've seen some people do so that they can like survive and stuff. And, they got kids to feed. And I've seen people do that at the store where they come in with bags and they put cans and stuff in there. But for those that but on the flip side, yeah, when you go to the grocery store, y'all might want to get some extra canned goods and shit just in case, because it's gonna get real dangerous out here. Okay, got it. Okay.
Joe was saying buying them MREs and shit, them 100-day, the 10-year packs.
Yeah, and then Robbie said learn how to filter water. Good one, Robbie. Learn how to filter water. Yep. But make sure y'all got batteries, flashlights, all that good stuff. Make sure y'all got that. Down south we make sure we got like ammo and shit. I ain't saying like do nothing, but I know down south, like, I be seeing people stock up on the ammo. But I don't that's I think that's what I saw. I don't know if I actually, because I don't know what that stuff looked like, but I think it was ammo because I've seen it on movies and shit. But I think people be doing that too. So,
Okay.
I think so. I don't know if I saw it correctly, so don't, my eyes might have been playing tricks on me. But, let's talk about Ripple real quick because we have some huge news. I'm so sorry, y'all. I was traveling yesterday when this news dropped. Y'all know we would have been on it. We got to talk about Ripple. Very bullish. Very, very bullish.
Once again.
Very, 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 per usual, but this was very, very bullish.
Mm-hmm.
This might have been the most bullish news since the Hidden Road acquisition came out earlier this year. This was very, very bullish.
They be acquiring some companies, fam.
You know what I'm saying? And it's very strategic at that. Very strategic. So, let's get into it. So what do I want to start with Ripple? I'm gonna start off with the article you sent me, D, because I know you sent. Here we go. Let's start off with Ripple's $1 billion purchase creates ROUSD pathway into Fortune 500 treasuries.
Ooh, $1 billion. So if you don't know by now, of course they spent $1 billion to buy Treasury, right? Which is a finance software used by big companies. So Ripple has a stable coin, of course, called RLUSD. It's growing fast, but still tiny compared to the biggest stable coins. But by buying the G Treasury, Ripple gets direct access to thousands of big company treasuries, basically the people who manage, company money. That can help RLUSD get use in the real world by huge companies, not just by crypto exchanges. So the G Treasury is already plugged into big companies that move cash every single day, right? So now those companies could use RLUSD to move money 24/7, pay bills instantly, and then sweep extra cash into higher yield places like those repo markets without changing back their office system, their back office system at all. And then for the CFOs, those money bosses, that means faster, cheaper, and possibly higher returns on cash that they are holding, fam. So the big idea is the G Treasury sits inside these cash pipes of thousands of giant companies. And then that gives Ripple a shortcut to those treasuries instead of trying to convince each one to start from scratch. So each treasurer starts using RLUSD for daily operations, supply, transaction volume, and that could jump fast. This is crazy because you already know, you already said Hidden Road, they acquired Hidden Road for $1.25 billion, right? And they acquired Rail for $200 million, right? So Hidden Road would let the institutions use RLUSD as the collateral to do the cross margining, between crypto and traditional markets. And then, with Rail, it pretty much automates the payments at scale and already handles over 10% of the $36 billion.
It's $1 trillion companies upon $1 trillion companies upon $1 trillion companies.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, it's trillions. Yeah. So right here on the screen, shout out to Daniel for mentioning for me to pull the website up to show the companies. Shout out to Daniel. Everybody, please give Daniel a round of applause because look at this shit. Trusted by industry leaders worldwide. Look at this. I saw Haynes up here. Haynes, Goodyear, American Airline, Bearing Point. Look at this shit. Oh my God. Is that Christian Louboutin?
Yep. Subway.
Tires, Subway. So I see a lot of money. Do y'all see what just happened here? That's why I told y'all this was the most bullish news since the Hidden Road acquisition earlier this year. This was bullish. I don't know how to fuck XRP down. That's how you know this shit is manipulation, gang.
Mass manipulation.
Mass manipulation, gang. This is wow. I'm on the G Treasury and everybody is capable of doing this. Just go to the G Treasury website so that you could see what Ripple acquired for $1 billion and what's really going on. Look at this.
And they have reported, an 83% increase from 2023. So they're already expanding. And the G Treasury is consistent revenue growth and strategic acquisition, fam. This is indicating a stronger market position, fam. And then it's just gonna have more continued success moving forward. That's it. That's it. Like I don't see any other way how you can't see this. This ain't legit. This is legit, fam.
And we'll let the AI say it too. You want me to pull the AI up real quick so the AI can get on the spill? Okay. Well, I'm gonna do Maya this time since we did Mal. Let's hit up Maya real quick. Let's talk to her right quick.
Hey, hope you had a good couple of days.
What up, Maya? What up? So listen, we just found out that Ripple acquired G Treasury. Can you please say why this is bullish for RLUSD and XRP and why this was such a huge acquisition for Ripple, the company?
Gotcha. Okay, so Ripple buying G Treasury is pretty massive, honestly. It's bullish for both RLUSD and XRP because it essentially gives Ripple more control over the infrastructure needed for widespread stablecoin adoption. G Treasury held a significant amount of USD coin, and acquiring them positions Ripple to seamlessly mint and manage RLUSD, their dollar-pegged stablecoin. Less reliance on third parties for reserves, smoother operations, and that builds confidence. For XRP, the benefit is a bit more indirect but still huge. Increased utility for RLUSD drives demand for the XRP ledger. More transactions, more liquidity. It strengthens the entire ecosystem. Ripple's been positioning itself as more than just a crypto company, and this solidifies that, making XRP look more legit in the eyes of institutions. It's a play for real-world utility, not just speculation.
Phew. Wow.
Bless you. Sounds like somebody's fighting off a cold. You all right?
No. I was just saying this. That was huge. That was that was that was huge. Okay. That's all. That's all for now. I'm gonna circle back to you in a minute. All right.
Ooh, all right. Have a good one.
You too. Maya gave y'all the tea. She gave y'all the real spill. So, all right. So the next one, because we are gonna circle back to it. Because so was that it for that article, D? Were you finished with that one?
Oh yeah. I mean, shit. Like, I mean, you showed the site. You showed the site. You showed the. I gave you the numbers. Like, I mean, what else you need to hear?
Yeah. So as y'all know, what came out of that news, Ripple Labs leads $1 billion raise for the new XRP treasury.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Ripple Labs. So they're trying to raise $1 billion for the new XRP treasury. That's what we're getting ready to talk about right now. This like Ripple, we see what y'all doing. We see what y'all doing. Give me 1 second. All right, so here's what's going on. So Ripple Labs is reportedly leading a move to raise at least $1 billion to build a digital asset treasury focused on XRP. So that plan to raise this money via a special purpose vehicle, and Ripple will also contribute from its own XRP holding. So the goal is to accumulate a large stash of XRP into this treasury, which would be one of the biggest XRP only treasuries ever. So this move is happening alongside Ripple's acquisition of G Treasury. Yeah, of course, we just talked about, which y'all know is a treasury and software infrastructure company. So $1 billion giving Ripple tools to manage corporate treasuries, cross-border payments, etc. This is a power move that Ripple's doing here. So this is bullish as hell for XRP because of the demand and accumulation. So Ripple actively accumulating XRP means less supply, which we already talked about a supply shock before. With less supply available for others, which can put upward price pressure if demand is stable or increasing. So, man, in the stable price for XRP, I heard hypothetically, I heard it was 10,000, but we ain't gonna talk about it because I don't feel like people coming at me right now. But I heard it was 10K for stability, but that's what I heard. Sign of confidence. So Ripple is staking its own capital or reputation on this. It signals that they believe in the value and future utility of XRP, not just talking about it. That builds market confidence, and it also is institutional and treasury use case. So by setting up a treasury and acquiring treasury management infrastructure, Ripple is positioning XRP as a serious asset for corporate treasuries, not just speculative trading. That should help shift the narrative. And then the supply dynamics and tokenomics. So when large amounts of XRP are locked or held by a treasury, it changes circulating supply dynamics. Less free flow might reduce volatility or create scarcity effects during upward moves. And then we have the ecosystem and infrastructure strength. So the G Treasury acquisition means better tools and systems to manage large holdings, yield, liquidity, real-time settlement, etc. That infrastructure is vital for scaling. Vital for scaling. And then momentum is in signals to market. So big scale moves tend to draw attention. This could pull in more institutional or high net worth interest, more coverage, and more legitimacy. So this is huge. This is super bullish for XRP. Yes, super bullish for XRP. I know y'all like, oh, the price is still 229. Y'all got to stop paying attention to that. That's how you're going to get shaken out, and that's how you're going to miss out on this whole opportunity. So normally when an acquisition happens, I believe it takes 6 months for it to be like official, if I'm not mistaken. So with Ripple pulling this move in October, that would be November, December, January, February, March, April. When does GTA drop?
May.
Oh,
All roads lead to Grand Theft Auto 6. So.
I told you that date. That date was a giveaway. It was a dead giveaway.
Everybody, that's like this is one of the most anticipated things ever, because every time I go to something and something happens, something big happens, they're like, man, we got this before we got Grand Theft Auto 6. Every comment section.
Yep.
So nah, it's pretty timely, yo. It's pretty timely.
Oh yeah, thank you, Robbie. Also, we get a new chairman in May. Bye, Jerome. Bye, Jerome. We're gonna put somebody in place that's gonna cut the fucking rates. So bye, Jerome. So that also happens in May as well, which means we're gonna get rate cuts, which means very bullish for the market. So as we said, this year was all about them clearing the rules of the road, getting regulation, getting these bills in play. We did get the Genius Act passed. I don't know if we're gonna get the market structure this year. We're gonna see, but we see what's going on here. 2026, gang.
Yes.
I think that's when we're gonna start seeing some changes around this bitch.
We're gonna see, we definitely gonna see some noticeable changes, because you can't discount anything that we're talking about right now and just put it to the side. You know what I'm saying? As much as we, and I know you said it the other day about Ripple, like talking about Ripple, like we had to talk about that shit.
It's crazy, because if the market was like it was like probably 10 or 15 years ago, before so many people got in the market and caught on to, stocks and just investing in general, before people was paying attention, I guarantee you, if nobody was paying attention, I guarantee you XRP would probably be worth between $300 to $500 if nobody was paying attention to it. Like if it had stayed quiet and people didn't like know about it and there wasn't so many people in it, I feel like XRP would be a high price if it was like how it used to be, when it was just like really the rich people and the wealthy that was paying attention to the market.
But now everybody's paying attention.
But now that everybody's paying attention, it's heavily manipulated, and then everybody's figured out how the market works and the psychology behind it and all of that. And so this is what we get: manipulation. And so that helps people get out, because they know people have no patience. They know people are over leveraged, and that gets people out of that investment. And so you got to understand the game so you don't get played. You got something going on here.
Oh yeah. Make sure you guys are smashing the like button over there on YouTube, fam. I want to see
Robbie want me to talk to the AI real quick.
Over 100 people over there.
Yeah, make sure y'all liking the live. We gotta have this conversation every day. Come on now. Make sure y'all liking the live. Help get us on the algorithm. Let me go back. Robbie want me to ask the AI.
Somebody said, "Let's go XRP."
It's great.
50 cents. Jesus.
So which chain is Saudi Arabia invested in? Which blockchain is Saudi Arabia invested in?
Can't hear it. You have it on?
Investment through their venture capital arm, STV. Why do you ask?
Hold on, can you start over? Can you say it again? Can you say which chain? Which chain is Saudi Arabia invested in?
My apologies. Sometimes the connection gets a little wonky. Saudi Arabia is invested in Algorand. Is there something specific you're looking into with that?
Algorand. Is there any other chains other than Algorand?
They've also been exploring partnerships and investments in other areas, like Ripple, specifically for cross-border payments. But Algorand is the major direct investment they've made so far. Why the curiosity about other chains? Are you looking at potential plays?
No, I was just curious. Yeah, hold on. Give me one moment. Robbie, why did you ask that?
No problem. Take your time.
Robbie, why you ask that? I knew it was Ripple because I knew it for cross-border payments.
Still with me? Just let me know when you're ready to pick things up again.
Hold on, Maya. I'm gonna circle back to you. Hold on.
All right.
Algorand was
Have a good one.
oh, Algorand was the rumor token in GTA 6. Saudi just bought Electronic Art. Oh, EA. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
Yep. They sure did.
Hey there. Anything interesting brewing?
So did Saudi Arabia just purchase EA, which is Electronic
That's
Arts?
that's a hot topic right now. It's not a full purchase yet, but Saudi Arabia's public investment fund did take a significant stake in EA. They now own over 16% of the company. It's definitely a big move. What are your thoughts on it?
I think it's huge. So how do you feel about GTA 6? Do you think GTA is going to be using the Algorand blockchain, or what's the rumor?
So, okay, now that's a fun question. The rumor mill is churning about GTA 6 potentially integrating blockchain tech, and Algorand keeps popping up in the conversation. Yeah.
Mm.
It's all speculation right now, but the connection makes sense given Saudi Arabia's investment in both EA and Algorand. Do you think it's likely?
Hell yeah, I think it's likely. Oh man.
You sound pretty confident. What
Oh
makes you
yeah.
think so?
Dan-
Is it just
Daniel,
the connection with like the
It,
investments or
because GTA has been delayed, and then they delayed it to May 2026, and then we're in the middle of trying to get legislation for digital assets, and it's all lining up in that timeline. So just connecting the dots, putting things together.
That's a really interesting point about the timing with the legislation and the delay. So you're seeing it as potentially a deliberate move to align with a more favorable regulatory landscape. That's clever.
Yep. How correct am I? How like you think
Look,
I'm onto something?
I wouldn't phrase it as how correct are you because that implies a single right answer and predicting the future is messy. But connecting those dots, the delay, the investment, the legislation is a logical and insightful way to look at it. I'd say you're onto something.
All right,
It's definitely a plausible scenario, even if we won't know for sure until Rockstar officially says something. So,
for sure.
what about the
So let's talk about Ripple again. So Ripple just put together a fundraiser to raise $1 billion to purchase XRP. Can you talk about why that's so bullish for XRP and why they are doing that?
Okay, yeah, that's a big move. The $1 billion fund is designed to support projects building on the XRP ledger, essentially to accelerate development and adoption. It's bullish for XRP because it signals Ripple's long-term commitment to the ecosystem, and the increased demand from projects using the fund will likely drive up the price. Essentially, they're betting on building a stronger ecosystem to showcase XRP's utility, particularly for real-world applications like credit payments. Do you see that as a smart strategy from Ripple?
It doesn't matter what I think, long as I get paid. Can we talk about HBAR being integrated in all NVIDIA chips? Is that true or is that a rumor?
Okay, fair enough. Regarding HBAR and NVIDIA, that's a tricky one. It started with a tweet from a somewhat credible source, but NVIDIA hasn't officially confirmed it, so it's firmly in rumor territory right now. The claim is that Hedera Hashgraph is being integrated into NVIDIA's Omniverse platform, which would be huge for HBAR's visibility. But take it with a grain of salt for now. Why the interest in that particular rumor?
Because it's a big deal, and we love Hedera and the platform and everything they stand for. Do you know anything about Bank Social? Have you heard of Bank Social on the Hedera network?
Yeah, I've come across Bank Social. It's an interesting project, basically a neobank built on the Hedera network, offering checking accounts, debit cards, and crypto rewards. Their goal is to make financial services more accessible and transparent. What do you like about them specifically? Are you an investor or just following their progress?
Hypothetically,
Ah, gotcha. Smart move. They definitely seem to be gaining traction. Do you see them as a real contender in disrupting traditional banking or more of a niche player?
I think they're a niche player. I think Bank Social, as well as the metal ecosystem,
Metal pay.
Metal pay. Yeah, I think they play a huge part, especially with credit unions. Do you know anything about the credit unions and what moves they plan to make as far as integrating blockchain technology, being that everyone has to be on the ISO 222 messaging standard by the end of November?
Okay, that's getting into some really specific territory. You're right to bring up the ISO 2022 standard. That's a big deal. Credit unions are under a lot of pressure to upgrade. Blockchain tech, particularly Hedera, is being floated as a potential solution for streamlining compliance and improving interoperability. It's still early days, and a lot of credit unions are taking a wait-and-see approach. But there's definitely a growing awareness of the potential benefits, especially around reducing costs and improving security. Metal Pay, as you mentioned, is positioning itself to help facilitate that transition for credit unions. You're clearly following this space closely.
For sure. So why did Metal DAO get delisted off of Uphold?
Okay, that's a good question that sparked some conversation in the crypto community. Uphold delisted Metal due to concerns regarding liquidity and trading volume. They stated it didn't meet their listing standards. There was a bit of back and forth publicly, with Metal
Doesn't make
contesting the
sense.
decision.
Why didn't they look into that before they listed it?
You're right to question that. It does seem like due diligence should have been more thorough up front. It reflects poorly on Uphold's listing process, honestly. It's one of those things where exchanges sometimes rush to list new assets to attract users and don't fully vet them. It's a risk. And unfortunately, sometimes users get caught in the middle. What do you think Uphold should have done differently?
I think they need to be honest, and more transparent, because that reasoning just is insane, because it's like you knew that before you listed it. So I just think that they're not being honest about something here, which makes me a little bit more bullish on Metal, because they're not making it as accessible. So yeah, so I'm pretty much okay. I see what you're saying.
Shout out to Daniel with the super chat.
That's a really interesting take. You're interpreting their delisting as a potential signal of something else going on and leaning into that. It's definitely a contrarian view, but a logical one, given your perspective. It sounds like you see their move as potentially creating artificial scarcity, which could benefit the asset long term.
Possibly. I'm not too sure. I'm just a spectator here asking you questions. Okay, so that's all for now. I'll circle back to you. Thank you, Maya.
There's a question in the chat. This question.
Oh, I hit the end thing. I'll pull it back up. Where is it at?
Super chat.
Super chat. Oh, I see it. Can you ask Maya about Susan Athey and Robbie Mitchnick paper on the value of digital assets and XRP? Okay. Let me pull her back up. I would be careful about answering her question. Yeah, that's what AI does. Anything you put in there, it collects data, gang. That's what it does. Everything we do is getting logged. Your text messages, your phone calls, they're listening to all that shit. You have no privacy. All right, here we go.
Hey, Queen. Good to connect again so soon.
For sure. I have a question. Do you know who Susan Athey and Robbie Mitchnick is, and on the value of digital assets and XRP?
Ah, gotcha. Yeah, I do. Like Susan Athey is a lawyer specializing in digital asset regulation, and Robbie Mitchnick is a financial market strategist, both pretty vocal about the potential of XRP and broader digital asset clarity. What about them caught your attention?
Can you say that again? I'm sorry, I missed it.
Sure thing. I said Susan Athey is a lawyer focused on digital asset rules, and Robbie Mitchnick is a financial strategist. They both often talk positively about XRP and getting clear regulations for digital assets. Was there something specific you wanted to know about them?
Yeah, are they playing a pivotal role in helping with legislation?
They are, definitely. Athey's been heavily involved in educating lawmakers
Daniel,
about
why
the
you want me to
technical
ask her that?
aspects of digital assets.
What else did you want
Mitchnick's been pushing for sensible regulatory frameworks from a market perspective. They've both been pretty vocal supporters of things like the Clarity Act, aiming to untangle
said the
what's
value
a
of
security
paper?
and what isn't. Like, it feels like they're trying to bridge
Value-
the gap between Washington and the crypto world, you know? Does that align with what you've been seeing?
The paper on the value of digital assets. I guess
You
they
still
wrote
with me? Okay.
Yes.
So
So the value.
just
So does this have anything to do with the value of the paper on digital assets? Is that what you just said?
No, the paper. They must
okay,
have wrote a
now
paper
I'm
on the
tracking.
value of it.
You're asking
I
if
don't get it.
Ethy
You got
and
to text me. I
McNick's
don't get it.
influence on
Can you
legislation
hear me?
is impacting the value of
Yeah,
digital
but I mean,
assets,
what
including
paper?
XRP?
Paper on the value of digital
Yes,
assets.
I think it's a reasonable assumption. Regulatory clarity,
They wrote a
or
paper.
lack
They
of
must
it,
have wrote
is
a
Oh,
a
they wrote a
huge
paper.
driver of price.
Yeah,
Their work
yeah.
pushing for things like the Clarity Act could create a more stable environment for institutional investment, which in turn could drive up value. It's not a direct line, but I'd say their efforts are contributing to a more positive outlook. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes. So did they also help create the calculator that's at Stanford University?
Now
The
that's a new
I'm sorry, the XRP calculator.
the XRP calculator. Okay, gotcha. No, from what I've seen, Ethy and McNick weren't directly involved in creating that calculator. It's more associated with a group of XRP community members. It's designed to show the potential value of XRP if when it reaches full institutional adoption and replaces the SWIFT system. They've definitely amplified its visibility, though, talking about it on social media and in interviews. It fits into their overall narrative about unlocking XRP's potential. Does that clarify things?
Ask it hypothetically. What's the price that she thinks is going to
You
be?
still there?
So
Just checking.
hypothetically, what price point do you think XRP will go to once we have full blown adoption and regulations?
Okay, so diving into hypotheticals. This is a tough one because so much depends on broader market conditions. But realistically, if XRP were to truly replace a significant portion of SWIFT transactions, which is the stated goal, and assuming favorable regulation, a price point in the multiple dollars seems plausible. I've seen projections ranging from $5 to $20, but honestly, anything beyond that is pure speculation. It's not about what I think, though. It's about the numbers. Replacing SWIFT is a multi-trillion-dollar market. It depends on what percentage XRP captures. What are your thoughts? Do you lean towards a more conservative or optimistic estimate?
Oh, I'm just asking you. I'm not, I don't want to get into price points as of right now. But okay, thank you so much for that. And then I'll circle back if I have anything else. Thank you, Maya. Have a great one. All right. So yeah, we got some more articles to go over. Appreciate you, Daniel. Hey, thank you for the super chat, Mac. Appreciate you, gang. Appreciate you.
Appreciate it.
Shout out to you for the super chat. So yeah, okay. So just wanted to so y'all can see in real time because she collects so much data at one time. So that's Sesame AI for those that's wondering. Sesame AI. Shout out to DeFi King for putting us on to the Sesame AI. She can get into some deeper topics than some of the AIs that's out right now. So yeah, but we'll get back into the articles real quick. We do have a couple other things to discuss. We need to talk about TRX real quick. So TRX staking now available on Ledger Live through yield.xyz.
So TRX, if y'all know who TRX is the main token for the Tron blockchain, right? So Ledger is an app people use within the Ledger hardware while it's to manage, the crypto safely. And yield.xyz is a company that provides plug and play tools so that apps can offer staking without users dealing with complicated ass steps. So now you can stake TRX directly inside Ledger Live using Yield XYZ's system. That means more people can easily earn staking rewards while keeping their coins safe on the Ledger devices. And why this is a big deal is because it's an easy button, fam, right? Before, staking could be confusing, picking the validators with the timing, rewards, handling cooldowns and everything like that. But now it's built into Ledger Live with a simple flow. And the safe place, you can keep your TRX on the Ledger hardware wallet itself, which is known for strong security. And the reach, millions of people have ledgers worldwide, and now TRX could be staked easily. And Tron blockchain been doing a lot of heavy things over the past several months. We've been talking about this stuff. So the two types of rewards is block rewards. So given to the SR who produces each block, they often share a portion of vote, with the voters, and the vote rewards, which is a separate pool given out based on how many votes the SR partners with. And then what do you get inside the Ledger Live is like you pick a validator, or an SR to vote for, then you stake your TRX and start earning rewards. Enjoy automated compounding and unstake when you want with a 14-day cooldown before TRX becomes spendable again. So get Tron. Get Tron. I mean, not financial advice, but Tron been doing a whole lot. So you can get it popping over there. So some big well-known names are involved in the governance, like Google Cloud, Binance, Kraken, OKX, P2P.org, and more. And this suggests that larger institutions trust Tron setup. So Tron been doing major things over the past several months. Tron is only, what's the price of Tron right now? You got the thing up?
Yeah, hold on. Tron is 30 cents right now.
So this could help Tron grow because it's easier, inside a more popular wallet app, and more stakers equal stronger, more decentralized network, and then a smoother experience can drive mainstream adoption to their whole ecosystem, fam. So it's big things.
Damn. All right, shout out to V's over here on YouTube for the super chat. Appreciate you, gang.
Appreciate you.
Yo, that AI shit is wild. Yeah, nah, we in some crazy times, family. You can ask that thing to do whatever, it's gonna do it for you. So, shit, use it and profit off of it. So I keep telling everybody because it ain't going nowhere. So shout out to Tron. So not financial advice. Do your homework on Tron, but y'all see how everything is resulting into earning yield and staking and just all these different opportunities you have to make money off of your assets. So y'all see how everything circles to DeFi.
What's Tron's all-time high? Can you go to the all-time chart?
Give me 1 second.
What was it sitting at?
It don't look like it was I'm at all. What is this?
Yeah. Where that wick that you're right next to? Where is that at?
It's at like 43 cents.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah, it don't look like it went that high. Yeah.
Okay. So it's not too far off its all-time high. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, no, it's still at 30 cents. That was a huge move. Okay, so we have, let me see. Let's talk about Visa. So can Visa's $670 billion bet on programmable money rewrite global credit? I am interested to hear this.
You said Visa?
Yeah. Can Visa's $670 billion bet on programmable money rewrite global credit? This should be interesting.
No. It is.
The ticker for Tron is TRX.
Isn't that one of the joints you erased? Oh no. My bad. I got it right now. Yeah. Tron is TRX. So Visa been doing heavy things. I'm scrolling right down to it.
So Visa's new paper pitches stablecoin powered lending to over 15,000 banks. So here's what the data says and what we have to change next.
So programmable money, right? So programmable money means that the money moves and follows rules automatically using those smart contracts, right? With these new rules, given stablecoins, given a clearer path, Visa thinks that banks can plug into 24/7 lending that settles in minutes, fam. So this is what the numbers say. In August 2025, $51.7 billion was borrowed using stablecoins in just 1 month. And then 427,000 loans by 81 active borrowers, right? So the average loan size was $121,000. Who dominates this? Aave and Compound, USDC and USDT, and then Ethereum and Polygon. So Visa Visa's three big building blocks is tokenized real world assets, the RWAs. So turning things like U.S. Treasuries and money market funds and maybe bond and real estate into tokens, so you could use it as collateral, right? And you got examples like, you know, BlackRock's Build, Franklin Templeton's on-chain fund, and MakerDAO, just to give you a couple of examples. And then you got crypto as collateral, basically without selling it, so you can borrow against your crypto, even if it's tied to products like credit cards. And then you got smart contracts that can watch collateral in real time and auto manage that risk. And then you got the banks and private credit funds that can provide capital directly with these on-chain programs instead of the slow paper-based deals, right? Why banks might actually do this is because the plumbing already exists in handling billions per month with transparent rules, and it's faster, open 24/7, and the prices are visible on chain. Like we always say, on chain is the new internet. And then Visa's message is this isn't a pilot anymore; it's product grade with competitive yields. But what must change for banks is, you know, they gotta have that compliance across different countries. So even with the Genius Acts, global banks must meet many local rules. The new risk skills. So the tech becomes risk. The tech risk becomes as important as the counterparty risk, and then liquidity operations, and then real world examples that Visa highlights is Morpho, which combined liquidity from different places like Coinbase users, Ledger users, and institutions to improve their rates and debt. And then you got a credit coupe, which is known as programmable lock boxes that enable revenue-based lending. And then you got Huma Finance, which was a cross-border working capital finance at $500 million monthly volume. So Visa is banking on programmable money for the impending future. And these stablecoin powered lending is going to give it that power. It's going to give it
This is huge.
Yep.
This is huge because they definitely emphasizing in this article about the next pillar being crypto collateral and basically basically users being able to borrow against their crypto holdings while maintaining asset ownership. See, that's the type of stuff y'all got to be looking into. Everybody want to know which assets to buy and blah blah blah. If your plan ain't to borrow against your crypto and figure out how to do that and successfully, you already have, you know what I'm saying, you already fucking the bag up because you gonna sell your assets and take your profits when you can just borrow against it. So this article is phenomenal. It talks about corporate bonds, private credit, and real estate, consumer service, collateral, and always on global lending markets, creating new liquidity sources for assets that traditionally sat idle between trading sessions. This is huge. I'm just highlighting a couple things I just see right here just from skimming through it. And then it addresses a critical issue of accessing liquidity without triggering capital gains taxes or forfeiting upside exposures. That's one of the main questions we get, taxes. So this addresses that. So oh man, what Visa did here is huge.
$670 billion programmable money, yo.
Wow. Yeah, this is huge. This is huge, gang. This is huge. That's why y'all gotta make sure when y'all getting into this, make sure y'all, you know what I'm saying, whoever your favorite influencer is in the space, make sure they leading y'all to the promised land and not leading y'all into living a luxurious life for 3 to 5 years and then back in poverty after that because you ain't know all these benefits of the blockchain. Everybody just think it's crypto and blah blah blah. It's gonna be some winners and some losers, and you just gonna take your profits and go on about your life. Like, no, this could change your entire life if done correctly. But you got to be making sure you're listening to the right people. You got to make sure because this is a life changing situation if done correctly. So you got to make sure, you know what you're doing and you know what's going on. That's why we have the DeFi Patreon. That's why we doing this class also on rebalancing your DeFi portfolio so that y'all can see other ways and other strategies to be making your money. Okay, so that is why we're doing what we're doing because a lot of people ain't talking about this side of crypto. Everybody wants to tell you which assets to purchase and what team to be on and all the tribalism and whether you need to be team metal or team XRP. They can talk about that all day long, but they don't want to talk about this side of it. They don't want to talk about rebalancing. They don't want to talk about getting in DeFi. They don't want to talk about staking opportunities and borrowing against your assets
Mm-hmm.
and telling you don't got to sell them. You know what I'm saying? You could be holding these joints long term. You could be making income off of these assets and creating multiple sources of income, especially if you're well diversified and you didn't fall for the tribalism. So yeah, that class is gonna be on October 27th. So in 10 days, that class is gonna be October 27th at 7:30 p.m. Make sure y'all in that master class about rebalancing your DeFi portfolio. I think that will help a lot of y'all if you learn how to just rebalance your DeFi portfolio. So this is great for beginners. And this also will help you guys learn how to earn additional income off of your assets. So your money will be making money for you. You will be making money in your sleep. So man, just take advantage because we're giving out this info for 175. This is a $700 to $1,400 course. So y'all know I gotta throw that in there because a lot of people ain't doing it like this. So yeah, just don't forget about the class that's coming up on October 27th. The link for that's in the description over here on YouTube, is in the bio as well. Just click on that link free and that class should pop right up for you.
And it's 2 days. It's 2 days.
Yeah, it's a 2-day masterclass that we're only doing for 175. As we've told y'all multiple times, this is a $700 to $1,400 course. We're doing it for 2 days for 175. And y'all, and don't be one of them people. Are you gonna wait for the recording? Because I know a lot of times we keep the price the same after the recording. With this class, we're not doing that because we gave it to you for the low ski live, where you can ask questions. And I get it, you may have to work, you got kids, blah blah blah. You might not be able to make the live class, but you'll get the recording. However, the people that want to do the purchase after that, when we put the recording up for sale, it's not going to be 175. I don't know how much it's going to be quite yet. I got to sit down with D and we got to figure that out. But I'm telling you now, it will not be 175. So if you like, I'll just wait and I'll get the class. I'll get it later. All right, circle back later if you want to. That's cool. You can come back later and get it, but it ain't gonna be 175 because it's like we already lowballing it. A lot of, you know what I'm saying. A lot of people like, yo, Kween, that class is too cheap. It's way too cheap. But trying to make this available for everybody, trying to make this obtainable for everybody. So I'm just putting that out there. So yeah, make sure y'all get in that class. I had a Coinbase article. Here we go. Hey, Robbie said $400 still low. See, Robbie understand the dynamics. He understand learning how to rebalance and teaching that. That's not no cheap course. I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
There you go. Robbie said, "Isn't UBI also programmable money?" I'm gonna keep my eye on that for sure. Yeah, no, for sure. For sure. Okay. So we got what are we looking at? So we are showing the articles and all that on YouTube. So if you want to see the screen, head over to YouTube. Also, YouTube took away my live visibility. I'm gonna tell y'all that. It took away my live visibility and said we're using regurgitated content.
Oh, forever.
But it's just me and you on here talking. So what I didn't show no video. I ain't flipped my camera.
Well, on TikTok, they said they be tracking that fast.
Yeah.
They be tracking.
Yeah.
Regurgitated content. They be finding ways to
ways to get us off the algorithm, y'all. So y'all see, we working against the algorithm. It's not in our favor. That's why we be asking y'all to run the likes up, especially over here on YouTube. That's why we ask y'all to like the live. Please comment. Please subscribe to the channel. Please turn on the notifications, because information like this, they don't want the people to know, because it frees the people from the matrix. It opens their mind up to a whole different world, and they don't want everybody to see that world. It's bad enough we see it. So somebody said, unfortunately, your courses are around 3 a.m. I'm in the UK. Oh, okay. Got you. Okay. Well, yeah, you can catch the recording, though. You can catch the recording. Even if you get it now, you'll get the recording. Everybody gets the recording. Anybody who purchases the class gets the recording. Craig, get the fuck out of here. Someone give us free. I gave y'all free information. That's why I got on this Forever in Profit t-shirt, because we gave y'all free information, and everybody's forever in profit because we gave free information. Free is over. we did free already. We did free.
Oh wow, too. Oh wow.
Yeah, we did free for a minute. Get out of here. Fuck out of here with that shit. This stuff takes time, energy. It takes time. D is away from his kids. He's away from his wife. This shit causes problems in our personal life. No, free. Fuck that. I halfway lost. I'm gonna be transparent here. I halfway lost my relationship because of this shit. Because I'm so tapped in with this. Like, that's part of the reason why I'm single. Hell no, I'm not doing free. That shit kind of personal for real. It's a personal thing now. It's like it affects our personal lives. Y'all don't realize that. But like doing the research, doing live streams, classes, The Patreon now has also added to the workload. Like
Making sure
all that stuff is time consuming. I don't think y'all understand that. Y'all just think, oh, they just getting on here and on the camera. Like, no, this stuff is time consuming, gang. Like, it's time.
Queen, tell them the amount of vetting out that we gotta do. Just the vet out shit, just to make sure shit is legit.
Bro, y'all don't even see the back end stuff. Y'all don't see the stuff that we have to do off of this camera.
Yeah.
Y'all don't see that. All y'all know is, oh, they get on live twice a day. They just need to do this for free. Like, what? Are y'all out y'all minds?
the reason why we be talking about what we talking about, and we bring the people, you know, to the fold, that we bring the people to the fold, is because, fam, like, the shit is vetted out, fam. Like, it's vetted out. It's a lot of shit that goes on behind the scenes that y'all don't know. Y'all just don't know. Y'all don't know.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's more than just creating content, you know, when you're in this space.
For sure. For sure. And on top of that, you know, we do, you know, we did free shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Free classes? Are you asking for free classes?
Some people.
So this is what we do plan on doing. On Black Friday, we do plan on having the classes for a deal. I ain't doing nothing for free.
Oh, yeah.
Black Friday. We are gonna do a Black Friday special with classes. We are gonna do that. Now, this rebalancing class, though, that ain't gonna be part of the Black. Y'all know how Walmart and Target do? No, this is not part of the Black Friday deal. Now, that class will not be part of the Black Friday deal, but we will put some classes on discount or for Black Friday for 24 hours. But it won't be the class on the 27th. That will not be part of it. I'm gonna tell you that now. Did you want to switch?
It's gonna be sweet. We're gonna make sure we take care of y'all for Black Friday for sure. You know what I'm saying? Because there's some people that I even got asked about, you know, certain classes that we did in the past that we had did months ago that still applies today. So this is how far ahead we are, fam. This is how far ahead we are. And fam, no, we got a big event coming this December. We got something. Yeah. We got something big coming this December. We're gonna share it with y'all once we put everything together too.
Robbie said, if you want free, watch all the YouTube videos. There you go. Thank you, Robbie.
Yeah.
Just going to watch all. Just go to the BlockNation Network YouTube. If you want free, go to the BlockNation Network YouTube. Bingo. There you go. Thank you, Robbie. That's a great point, because it's a lot of free, valuable information just in the lives. Talking about goddamn free. Y'all crazy as hell.
Back to the beginning. Go back to the beginning.
Right.
Spend the whole weekend watching videos. You'll be up.
Appreciate y'all. Yeah, appreciate you, Miss Phyllis. Appreciate you, V's. Miss Phyllis, when I be saying your name, it's so weird because my mama name. Sometimes I had to look twice. I'm like, my mama in here. She don't even be alive with it. But yeah. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate everybody. Appreciate you, creative athlete. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, Bullish Bird. Appreciate y'all. So we got one more article to go over. We got to talk about BlackRock right quick. So BlackRock transforms money market fund to support stablecoin reserves.
Of course, what BlackRock talking about.
For sure. Hold on. Sorry. Lost my bearings there. BlackRock. Okay, so here we go. So BlackRock is changing one of its money market funds. So the Select Treasury based liquidity fund, which is BSTBL. They're changing it so that it can serve as a reserve asset for stablecoin issuers. So stablecoin issuers could use this fund as part of their reserve backing. That's pretty big. So the fund is being adjusted to better match requirements tied to proposed regulation. So notably the Genius Act. So making it more compliant regulated option for stablecoin operators. So key operational changes. So they're extending their trading hours to 5 p.m. Eastern. So stablecoin issuers have a longer window for managing reserves. And then they're using more short-term U.S. Treasuries and overnight repurchase agreements, removing agency securities from the portfolio. So this is meant to improve liquidity, responsiveness, and alignment with the need of stablecoin issuers. So this is bullish because it brings big institutional credibility. So BlackRock, as y'all know, is one of the largest asset managers in the world. So by structuring a fund explicitly who serve stablecoin reserve needs, it shows that traditional finance is taking stablecoins seriously, not just as experiments, but as part of the future financial plumbing. And then also this is better reserve infrastructure, which is more trustworthy stablecoins. So a major sticking point for stablecoins is, are the reserves safe, liquid, and audited? That is a major question. So if stablecoin issuers can rely on a fund management by BlackRock that's compliant, liquid, and tailored to their needs, that strengthens confidence in stablecoins. And in regulatory alignment and safe harbor potential. So because the changes are being made to comply with laws like the Genius Act, stablecoin issuers using such a reserve source may reduce regulatory risk for themselves. That lowers barriers for new for new for I'm sorry, and encourages more stablecoin issuance. And then liquidity and responsiveness for reserve operations, and as well as ecosystem growth and capital flows. So um pretty bullish. So shout out to BlackRock. Y'all already know they ready to bring in the tokenization and all that good stuff. They just moving along. They because they told everybody Larry Fink he's very active. He's been on multiple news outlets on multiple platforms, and he's moving. He's telling y'all everything he's gonna do when he does it.
Yeah. Nah, he not lying. He not lying. He not lying. Well, I guess rather Aladdin ain't lying because he taking orders from the computer, for real. At this point.
Yeah, man. Okay. So I think that was everything I had today for this evening. Um, wait, did I talk about Japan already? We
No,
talked
you did
about
not.
Japan.
No, you did not.
Oh, that was another big article. Hold on, y'all.
Yeah. Let's go over it.
We got to talk about Japan real quick. Hold on, Japan.
See,
So
man, this
Japan,
is world news, fam. Like this is value.
literally,
You know what I mean? We breaking this shit down for you very easily, fam. Japan, what's
literally,
going on in Japan? You know they still jacked up over there. What's up?
you know that. So Japan's big banks join forces on stablecoins to speed corporate payment. So Japan, like, we got to make a move, and we got to do it now, and we got to move fast. So here's what's going on. So three of Japan's largest banks, and I'm not finna get on here and try and pronounce them, so look it up yourself. Look up Japan's largest banks: MUFG, SMBC, and MFC. I don't know. I'm not about to pronounce them. I'm not even gonna do it. I'm not doing it. I already have a problem pronouncing half these goddamn words. But yeah, but all three of those top largest banks in Japan are teaming up to issue stable coins.
Yeah.
So these stable coins will be pegged to the Japanese yen, with the plan to also issue a US dollar pegged coin later. So their goal is to enable corporate clients to move money instantly and cheaply between those banks using these stable coins, using common standards. So in other words, faster, lower cost corporate payments and settlements. So they'll begin with a pilot first using Mitsubishi Corporation, which is a large Japanese trading company, as the test case. So the idea is the solution can scale to the many business relationships these banks already have. Over 300,000 enterprises. Over 300,000 enterprises. So this is mad bullish because mainstream adoption and legitimacy. I just said over 3,000 enterprises. That's crazy. So when top traditional banks do this, it signals a shift. It's happening. So blockchain-based assets aren't just speculative anymore. They're being built into real corporate infrastructure. Also, speed and cost improvement. So traditional interbank or corporate payments are often slow, with many intermediaries, higher fees, delays, especially across time zones and holidays. Stablecoins with uniform standards can cut out delays, reduce costs, and let money flow 24/7. That is very attractive to companies. And then regulatory clarity and standards. So Japan has been working to clarify the rules around stablecoins, fiat pegged digital assets, etc. So when regulation catches up, it reduces risk, which makes institutions more likely to use these tools. And then we have cross-border or cross-institution potential. If these stablecoins work well, they could reduce frictions in international trade, foreign exchange issues, remittances among banks, etc. Banking globally is a major market, so there's big upside, and then it pulls more value into digital finance or blockchain infrastructure. So as more payment flows move onto tokenized rails, more demand for blockchain infrastructure, settlement tech, token standards, oracles, wallets, compliance tools, etc. That helps the whole ecosystem grow. So this is huge. Japan just exposed that we are moving on. We're moving forward. This is adoption. This is mainstream. This is This is shit is happening now, guys.
So they got
They're
a tokenized yen deposit rolling out by 2026.
2026.
Damn.
Told y'all.
Tokenized,
2026.
tokenized cash channels. Damn. Woo. Woo. I'm telling you, fam, you ahead of damn near everybody knowing this. Don't nobody know this information. Don't nobody care to know this information until, like what you said earlier, these jokers is gonna be like, yo, how am I supposed to live out here? Well, you should have been paying attention to what's going on globally, geopolitically, and then you could have made the right decision for yourself and your family, fam. This is why we don't go over world news just to go over it. We go over world news because, fam, a lot of these companies overseas is working with these companies over here in the United States because they all want to make it. They all want to make it happen.
My heart just dropped.
Wow.
I'm sorry. I was looking too fast because I'm on here, and it said somebody was at my front door. So I go look at the Ring camera, and somebody opened the door. But it's from yesterday. It was me coming out there. Nigga, I was finna spaz. Y'all was finna see me cut the fuck up on live because I was finna turn the Ring camera volume on and start fucking spazzing, gang. I was finna go off. Oh my god. Okay, it was from yesterday. I'm sorry. I gotta start deleting my notifications because this definitely said Wednesday. Okay, let me delete all this shit. That shit just fucked me up, gang. Let me take this off. I'm tripping.
Ripple and SBI targeted early 2026 for the rollout for RLUSD in Japan.
2026. How you feeling about 2026, D?
Feeling good. Feeling good about 2026.
Feeling good.
I'm feeling good about right now, fam. Even with the market being red, I'm feeling good about right now, fam.
2026.
I'm gonna have to do some shopping later, man.
Man, I gotta go to the grocery store. I feel like we gotta get rack up on them canned goods. I want to see if these folks gonna throw a Hail Mary and get this shit under control, or if they finna let all shit just break loose, all hell break loose. Like they either gonna throw, because they always do this. They normally throw a Hail Mary. I don't know, because everybody thought they was gonna throw a Hail Mary and we weren't gonna be in the shutdown.
Right.
Here we are. So that's why I'm like, so y'all let us know in the chat. Just type in Hail Mary. They're gonna throw a Hail Mary, or is the world going to shit? Either you can put the shit emoji, or just put shit, or they throwing a Hail Mary. Put a football or shit. Matter of fact, put a football or the shit emoji. Put a football or the shit emoji. It's one or the other. One or the other. Let me see. Government got their satellite phones ready. And they bonkers. Don't forget the bonkers.
See footballs.
I see footballs. Okay, I see footballs. I see hella football. Somebody put a soccer ball. That is technically the football. Edwin said shit. Tony said shit over here on YouTube. RC3. Okay, footballs. Okay. Honestly, they are trying to do a controlled demolition of everything, but shit might get crazy. That's ex-military talking. Shit then football. Oh shit then. Hey, I like that. That's my thinking. I think he's gonna go to shit, but I think he's gonna throw the Hail Mary, and that's when they swoop in. Because it either causes liquidity crisis, because stuff like that causes bank runs. So they're gonna have the liquidity crisis, and they already got the solution. So I think it does go to shit, and then they throw the Hail Mary, and that's when they introduce the world to everything that they've been working on, everything we've been reporting on the last 2 to 3 years. Damn. I like that. We're going to shit, and then they're gonna throw a Hail Mary. Somebody say this shit now. Yeah, but the going to shit I'm talking about is they gonna cut the SNAP benefits, and is the premiums finna go up, or they finna cut these healthcare benefits for these
going to shit is when you get them phone calls talking about like, yo, it's crazy out here. That's the going to shit talking about from your family.
Hey, don't go outside your house, fam. Don't go outside your house. Like, you start getting them calls. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, Lorenzo said shit in January. Jamar said everybody on YouTube saying shit over here.
Yeah.
Ready Wise buckets at Costco.
Oh, word? They selling them? Damn.
So I said, adios, Obamacare. I'm gonna keep my comments to myself.
Yeah, don't say that. Don't say that.
Hey, somebody said, "Is your mama still praying?" She at homecoming. She is not praying. That lady is at homecoming. Far from prayer. Far from prayer. She might need prayer right now. And they got them homecoming like that. They are what they say. They are planning now, no SNAP benefits. So like that's gonna actually fall through. I'm gonna play a clip. Shout out to Cecil for sending us this because me and D was watching this before we got on here. I'm gonna play that, then we can hop off D because I know. Let me copy and paste real quick. Hold on. Because for once, you know what I'm saying, this paid demolition right here, this paid op, I like to call them ops. This paid op. I was so shocked that me and this paid op have not been on the same frequency for a very long time. This paid op went to the same university I graduated from. So you know, I'm actually proud of this paid op today. He's still an op because I don't trust him for shit. You know, once you take that $100 million deal, Kween don't trust you no more. Like once you take the $100 million, I don't trust you no more.
He got Disney and gave him $100 million, right?
Yeah, I don't care if it's 50. Once you get that 50 and up, Kween don't trust you too much no more. So let me play this real quick. Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up. And y'all know I'm talking about
and of course Mr. Robert Costa on for hour number 2. Look, I appreciate Representative Chip Roy for coming on the show, explaining things from his side of the aisle. That angle, I get all of that part, but none of us are blind, deaf, or dumb here. From the day Trump was sworn in, January 20th, 2017, he signed an executive order to waive, defer, grant exemptions from, or delay implementing parts of the Affordable Care Act. Nobody's blind to that. Nobody's blind to the fact that millions of people will pay higher premiums, deductibles, and other health costs starting in just a few months under a rule the Trump administration has finalized for the Affordable Care Act marketplaces. We're not blind. We understand it. We get it. My point is, how do you resolve it? How do you work around it? How do you maneuver your way into this without making sure the American people are going to suffer more? Could you find a way? Hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people are going to be furloughed or unemployed. You got federal workers working right now without a check. Thanksgiving is a month away. Christmas 2 months away. I know that the last shutdown was 35 days under Trump. There was also a 21-day shutdown under Clinton in 1996. And then the Democrats want to come and they say, but Clinton piecemealed it. I mean, he didn't make it feel quite as painful for all of us. I got it. But that was 1996. That's 29 years ago. That was when the Dallas Cowboys were actually winning football games. Times have changed. So somebody's got to say something. And when I'm asking a question, I'm asking a question. I'm not insulting. I'm not denigrating. I'm not being misogynistic. I'm not doing what the people who accuse me of doing such things are actually doing. But here's what you need to know about me. The worst thing they could have done, and I say this facetiously because I don't mean it, but the worst thing they could have done was giving me my own political show. So I got at least 2 hours a week over the Sirius XM airwaves to respond and potentially retaliate to assholes who want to come at me? That's called Christmas in my world, ladies and gentlemen. Gifts just opening at my discretion. You came to the right place. Nobody's backing up. Y'all can lie y'all asses off until the cows come home. I disrespected no one. I insulted no one. I asked a question, which was my right. Royce White.
So, I guess he was speaking out about the Jasmine Crockett controversy. I'm not a big Jasmine Crockett fan, and that's another conversation for another day. I just don't like her because it's like she too ghetto. She be on that Love and Hip Hop shit. I'm not a fan of it. However, I am with Stephen A. Smith. Okay, what are we doing? That's been my whole thing this whole time. Everybody talks about what Clinton did and what the Democrats did in this shutdown and what's going on and what's in this bill and what's in this executive order. Bitch, we know. We can read. So what we gonna do? Because here we are going into holiday season. It's already getting cold outside. What's the weather right now in the DMV? The good old DMV. It's 63 degrees right now. The low is 42. It's already chilly.
Not that bad. 63 ain't that bad.
It ain't that bad, but it's chilly. It was cold this morning. I tell you that.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
In the morning.
So it's getting chilly out. What are we doing?
Yeah.
What are we gonna do? Because all I see is a bunch of Jasmine Crockett's hopping online, hopping on CNBC, and we're acknowledging that Democrats are great at doing this. They're great at acknowledging all of the downfalls, all of the bullshit, all of the negatives. They are terrible at giving solutions. They're terrible at that part. But they'll come on there and they will fry Trump and the rest of the Republicans all fucking day, get you riled up, get you pissed off, all this other shit, not giving you one goddamn solution. All they did was rile you up and get you mad.
That's it.
They are great at doing that.
That's it.
Then they'll call and then just to get to the niggas, they'll call Al Sharpton up to put some shit together to have niggas going outside. Black Lives Matter.
Then he pulled up the target.
He pulled up the target. But my whole point is they'll get you riled up and not give you no fucking solution. It's 2025 and this motherfuckers out here still falling for that shit.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm with Stephen A. Smith. What are we gonna do? And that's why I was on live earlier. Saying I don't want to acknowledge. We can acknowledge it all day long. We know already. We know. Okay? We know people are on the verge of not getting food stamps. What we gonna do about it? Because I don't feel like getting 27 million phone calls from cousins who ain't got no money. They already hit me up enough for $20. It's cool because I know it's for weed. But this time they finna be hitting up a nigga for food. It's gonna be hard for me to ignore that. What are we gonna do? I don't have my 20s. I don't have but so many 20s. And I put your hand up in the live. If I ain't alone, put a hand up. You too. I don't got but so many 20s.
That's a fact.
I don't have but so many 20s. So if you well off for this, the SNAP benefits don't affect you. The Medicaid don't affect you because you just got so much money. All right. Wait till you got 11,000 million people hitting your phone because they know you good. Because they ain't got no food. You can't ignore it. That's going to be hard for you to ignore everybody. Because they ain't got no food. I don't want that goddamn phone call. I don't want to see them text messages. I don't want to see that shit on Messenger, IG, DM, Snapchat. What else the ghetto hood ones do? Hit me up on your Messenger, their favorite one. Mm-hmm. I don't feel like seeing all that, gang. What are we going to do? Mm-hmm. But here we are. Let's see. I got this car insurance due today. Mm-hmm. What we gonna do? I gotta pay it, or is everybody gonna do something? I know I'm gonna have to pay it because ain't nobody gonna do nothing today. But what are we gonna do? We keep fueling this system up. I can't be in this alone. I can't just have me, D, and the 500 BlockNation, 600 BlockNation members. That's not enough. We collectively got to get on the same board. But if y'all keep falling for the Jasmine Crockett energy, we're fucked. And y'all love that shit. Okay. Y'all love when she get on there with her little popping her little shit. Y'all love when she get up there doing that ghetto shit.
Play the role. Play the role.
Love it.
She played the role perfect.
And she probably getting paid by the Jews to do that shit. They intentionally tell her to get up there and pop her shit like that. She's getting paid to do that shit. Victimizing everything. Like at this 2025, you cannot still be victimizing yourself, gang. And a lot of people don't want to hear that because I know there's a lot of people here that love her, and no disrespect. Y'all can love her all day long. I just don't be agreeing with some of the shit she be doing because I'm like, you're not helping. You're just causing more controversy. You're just stirring the pot. You're getting people like my mama riled up, and you getting them riled up with no solution.
None. You're just talking.
That's my problem.
Just talking.
She makes valid points. I think she's great at debates. I think she makes solid points. My issue with her is, what's the solution? What are we doing? And so until everybody gets to this point collectively, we might be outside, gang. So in the meantime, the only thing I could tell y'all to do is accumulate these assets, hold on to those cold wallets for dear life. When you go to the store, if you can grab a few extra canned goods, I gave y'all some stuff I seen because I don't really know. I am telling you to do nothing, but I gave y'all some alternatives for those that might not be financially able. I'll just be seeing what other people that's not financially able be doing. I don't know if you know what I'm saying. If I be seeing it right, my eyesight might be a little off. I do wear glasses. I got 2 stigmatism, so you know. But I'm just saying, y'all might want to make sure you're preparing, because whether they throw the Hail Mary, they might throw the Hail Mary later. They might let things go to shit and then throw a Hail Mary. But it might be some pain for a week or two.
Yeah.
You feel me? I ain't here to talk about it. Any other president would negotiate. I ain't here to talk about that. Because we actually collectively in here know what's going on. People that's been in crypto for a while, people in the comments can tell you what's going on here. We're switching monetary systems. We're going into a new system. They're trying to figure out a way to bring it in.
But they got to cause a ruckus on the way out, though. They got to cause a ruckus.
Yeah, it's gonna be some pain, and they told you that. They said it was gonna be short-term pain. D just read a whole article and told y'all commercial real estate they down $1 trillion, and they shit here trying to tell you that we ain't in a real estate crash.
No,
but these folks ain't paid. Yeah, that these folks sitting here ain't paid for no commercial real estate the whole year. They down almost $1 trillion. Hell no, I ain't running for no office. I don't know folks messing with me. Sound like the Queen running for office. You got my vote. That's cute, but I ain't doing that. Hell no, I don't want to be bothered.
Nah, that's a whole nother lane, man. And once you get to the political lane like that, fam, all them jokers take the bag anyway. All them jokers take the bag. I don't care if it's Republican, Democrat. They all take the bag. They all take the duffel bag across the table.
Facts. Honestly, they got a lot of pain to wake people up out of their mind control technologies. Exactly, because they the ones who put people in this motherfucking box. That's my whole thing. That's what we were talking about earlier. They got this whole shit on autopilot, and we sitting here fueling it because that's just what we know to do. We know to get up every day, go scrap for money to pay bills, and that's what we get up and do. Even though we know it's a system that they built that's not obtainable, and we still get up every day and participate in it. It's like you're playing a game you know you're not going to win. It's insane. It's crazy. So, you know, at this point, y'all just prepare because they got to wake the zombies up, because the zombies are still asleep. The zombies get up every day, complain about Monday mornings. They happy it's Friday. They're going into the weekend. They happy they're going to be off tomorrow and Sunday for those that's privileged enough to be off on weekends. And some don't give a fuck because they got to work their second job.
Yeah.
So, you know, so now we're going to see if this is the time for them to usher in, bring the UBI in and all that stuff, then it's that time, y'all, and it's going to be some pain. If it's not, they'll throw the Hail Mary. Trump and the Democrats will sit down and they'll figure it out. They'll throw that Hail Mary and boom, we back to our regular shenanigans. And then we'll see when, you know, what the next play is, but we're going to find out. All I know is October is coming to an end fairly quickly. It is the 17th. Insane. So other than that, y'all, we'll be back on at 6 p.m. Make sure y'all get in our Patreon. You know, we're doing the DeFi plays. We got to find another pool for this volatile market. We got to find another pool for the $50 challenge. Because this market's so volatile right now with Bitcoin. So we're gonna find another play. So give us a couple days because we want to test it out first before we do it. But yeah, Patreon's still there, still other plays in there. And yeah, make sure y'all get in this class. This class, like I said, it won't be 175 after the day of the class. So make sure y'all get in this rebalancing class so that you can get your money up. Peace, appreciate y'all, and we'll see y'all at 6 p.m. Eastern.
All right, y'all. Peace.
All right, y'all.
Kween and Dean, we're building things in this crypto world. Nothing's that fine.
Get in blockchain now. Stop listening to the media. Stop listening to all the naysayers and all the doubters. Those are the same people that told people that the internet was just a phase. And now look at the world. Can't operate without the internet.
Listen, real quick. Don't disrespect yourself. And look these up. Right now. You won't regret it. Things are happening. Look these up. Right now.
Kween and D dropping crypto gems. It's like they got the vision, seeing future trends. Twirl with the moves before the crowd reacts. First to make connections, no room for the hacks. No speculation, just straight facts in the flow. Navigating this market, watching profits roll. From Bitcoin to altcoins, they know the game. In the world of finance, the change in the frame. Queen's got the insight, D's got the voice. Together they rise, man, and make the right choice. Educating the masses, bring it back to the dark. In this crypto revolution, they igniting the spark. So if you wanna roll, you better tune in tight. Kween and D on the mic, bringing truth to light. With every podcast episode, they set with pace in the hustle at the block to their light. So free.
Shit going crazy right now. Let me just go ahead and share my screen. So yes, the House passed the Genius Act in a 307-122 vote. Shout out to Congress who was tired of stifling innovation and got this done. So yes, the Genius Act is headed to President Trump's desk, who plans to sign it at the White House ceremony. This shit real deep.
Kween and
This shit real.
Dean,
We not. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Crypto world.